Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. We have the same comment intros in this Lorac Fairytale Forest palette. I am so excited to dig into this. I just filmed a video doing all the swatches on my arms. It was my first YouTube video, so please bear with me. I'm still figuring out like lighting and stuff, but nonetheless, I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like in real time. And as soon as I just did those swatches, I was like, okay, I want this on my eyes and I want it on my eyes now. So I'm super excited to just get that done with you today. And I'm just not even gonna waste any time on an intro or anything. I'm just gonna go right in. So here is the palette. And these are all the beautiful, beautiful shades. I'm just really excited. I've never used a Lorac palette before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But from the swatches, I mean, I'm pretty excited, and I feel like I'm expecting good things now, especially the shimmer shades. So I've been really into shimmers lately, and these just really, I think, are gonna quench my thirst for that, for the textures. I feel like Lorac, at least not that I know of, are like known for their textures. I know they're known for just, you know, like a good staple neutral palette. But as soon as I saw this and I saw like the way I just saw like the chunkiness, I love that. Like I said, I love texture, so I was really excited to get that on my lids today. That's what I'm doing. Is I'm just applying the No Name primer. Honestly, I think it's like a P. Louise dupe. I'm not really much of a dupe person, but there's a long story behind why I have this, and if anyone is ever curious why, maybe I'll talk about it. But I'm just trying to get through it so that I can buy one that I want, pretty much. But it's good. Like, it's a pretty good primer. It does what I need it to do. It doesn't crease. I think it holds like the eyeshadow shades well, and it's a little tinted, which is what I like because I do have some veiny lids. I do have a mirror off to the side, just so you guys know. So if you see me looking that way, that's why. I'm still trying to figure out this setup, but nonetheless, here we are. I always like to do my eyes first, so I'm coming at you bare face. But this is real life, and this is what it is. I'm just your everyday girl that loves makeup. I love applying it. When I sit down to do my makeup, that's like my me time, so that's what we're doing today. So I'm just gonna, this shade right here is a little tinted. I'm gonna keep the card up just so I can speak the shades if you like. So Birch is a little more tinted than I would like, and so is Earth. So I'm gonna go in with just another palette just to set my lids. Guys, don't consider like cheating or anything, but I'm just gonna grab whatever palette's up here, and it's actually my Tarte, Tartelette palette, but I'm just literally going in with like just a bare shade. I mean, you could probably use translucent powder. You could probably use one of those to set the lid, but I don't know. I feel like I'm a little more pale, and I don't want to set it with something that has like a yellow or orange undertone because I don't know what I'm doing yet. So I just feel like no color right now is the move. That's the way to go. And so I'm literally just rubbing that all over. This color is tried and true. I use it with all my palettes, so I know it works well. And so I don't expect anything less when using it with the Lorac palette, okay? So I'm just super excited today to be here and to be doing this. Okay, so let's go into the palette. I honestly don't even know like what I want to do, where I want to start. I guess I am just gonna start with this first, So I guess I am gonna start with this first shade here. They don't have the names on here, so I'm gonna have to like look back and forth, but it's called Birch. So I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna start off with Birch. And I'm just gonna rub that in my crease. I'm just going in on both eyes. I know some people like to do one eye at a time. I like to do both because that's how I could just tell if the colors built up evenly or not. I am not being precise with this color. By the way, I'm just doing it all in my upper crease. So, I mean, I added like a little tint. So, you know, that's cute. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into the shade actually just right next to it, which is called Oak. And I'm just gonna use the same brush. I might have grabbed a little too much. I'm just going right in there. And then I'm taking it out. I went straight in like by the middle of my eye because I'm just putting this all over the crease. I don't want it heavier in the end. I don't want it heavier in the front. I just want it evenly spread. So to me, just starting in the middle just doesn't really matter, especially if you're like working with good shadows because it's gonna blend anyways. I like warmer neutral tones more than cooler tones, but this palette really spoke to me. But I'm probably going to stay on the more warmer or neutral tones today. I'm actually filming this on Halloween, so you know, I feel like we can have fun with this. I mean, I think that blended out really well. I think it looks good. The shades are a little powdery. That doesn't bother me. It's not Anastasia Beverly Hills powdery, you know what I'm saying? But there is kick up. I don't see any fallout on my face, so if you're one of those people that likes to do your foundation first, so far so good. But we haven't even gotten to the shimmer shades yet, so you know, I feel like, well, at least for me, I like to use my fingers for maximum like payoff, and I don't wet my shadows, and I don't know why. I know like not every shadow is meant to be wet, and some people just wet everything anyways, but I feel like that's how you get hard pan, you know? I don't want to ruin my beautiful shades. The back of this palette, I read the Unicarton, and it actually said that for higher intensity to use wet, so I just feel like that's such an extra step, which is weird coming from me because especially when I do my base makeup, I use so many steps. I like to work in light layers, but I use a lot of steps. So there's that. It's still pulling pretty cool on me, but I mean, I don't even care because it's really pretty. Like, it's really, really pretty. And I'm trying to, I'm using a fluffy brush, by the way. I'm using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH32 brush, which I believe is just like a fluffy blending brush. And again, I'm not really being so precise. I'm just kind of dispersing this like above my crease, and my crease and above, and I'm just taking it way out. So that's what I'm doing with this. And I'm probably gonna clean the brush off eventually and then go in with that lighter shade just to diffuse it even more up, because you can kind of see that color, and I like the way that gradient looks, so I want to keep that. And I tend to, when I get to blending, tend to lose those things. I'm gonna build this up a little more actually. And I'm just going lightly. And this is just like a testing this out, but I'm also gonna wear this all night too. But if you want like a tutorial on techniques and how I do my eye makeup, I'd be really happy to do that for you guys. But just one tip is, you can see like I'm holding it lightly and I'm not putting a lot of pressure. And I'm holding it like furthest away towards the end, because that's how I get a more diffused look. The closer on the ferrule that you hold the brush, obviously the more control, but the more pigment gets put down, and I feel like that's more for detailed work. But if you're just like me and you like a really diffused eyeshadow look, like really blended, for me that's key. Like that's my key. It's like holding it towards the end and then literally being really light, really light. because I'm just playing today, I'm literally just taking my time building up this color. And I'm not gonna lie, like I already want to go on and buy their warm toned pro palette because how much I'm loving this. Like it's blending out so wow, like so easy. And I wanted to buy it as soon as this one arrived, and I looked at it and I saw it and I was like, this is everything I wanted it to be. But it didn't, because I was like, Laura, wait, try it out because you don't even know if you like it. And I like it. And every week, because I've been stalking the Lorac website, you know, trying to get to know the brand, but it seems like they have a promotion every week. Last week it was like 20% off and free shipping on all their palettes. And that's why I wanted to get it, but I'm like, no. And I got this from Ulta because I don't know why I got, oh, it's not available on the Lorac site yet, that's why. Or else I would have gotten it on there, but they do have the mini palettes, but I don't know if this is like an Ulta exclusive or something, that's why. But then, so I went back, obviously, as soon as I got this, because if it was still on sale, like all the other palettes, and if it was still 20% off, I would have just bought it. But because it wasn't, now they have the complexion. So that leads me to believe that they probably just have something every week, you know what I mean, to just drive traffic to the site, which is a-okay for me. Look how that blended. Like it blended all the way out. Like I literally just slid my brush and was like, pigment. I'm loving this so much already. Like I'm so excited. Wow. Okay, so I am grabbing, no, I want a more detailed crease brush. I probably should have pulled out all my brushes before I sat down, but here we are. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go in with this one. I want to warm it up a little bit, so yeah, I'm gonna go in Redwood, and I hope that this is not a mistake. But we're just playing, so like, who cares, right? So I just have a little bit, and I'm just putting it right here. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm trying to be more precise, but I'm also still using a soft hand. Wow. Do you see how that is like blended already? Like I don't even need to keep going. Like if I was just going for like an everyday, I probably wouldn't have built that other color up as much. Light wash, and I feel like this is going, I love palettes that blend out easily like this, because when I'm getting ready in real life, sometimes I don't have a lot of time. I mean, I probably have more time than most because I get up really early just so I can have time for myself. But so I usually have like, you know, an hour, but that includes like getting dressed, doing my hair, whatever. You guys don't need a whole explanation of life, you don't even know me, but I like palettes that blend out quick and easy because that's what I'm looking for, you know. But if I just want to play, like I really don't, I mean obviously I don't want something patchy, but like with my Jaclyn Hill Morphe, it's one of my favorite palettes, and I don't know why, because I own Natasha and Denona, but I still love that. I just love the process of getting ready and building that up. So I don't mind sitting down and like really taking my time to build up those colors and, you know, get it to the opacity that I want. When you got places to go and things to do, and you're like me, sometimes you're just always on a time crunch, that's what I bought the Natasha and Denona for, because everyone talks about how blendable it is. So I was like, cool, then that's gonna be like my everyday writer, so I can just, you know, get everything blended out and good to go. But this, it's like what, third of the cost and just as good. Like what? Yes, please. And now, so I'm just going in, so I went like above and beyond my crease, then I went in my crease and a little bit above, and now I'm just in my crease. You don't need to use like all, like you can probably get the same look not even doing all that, using all these colors, but I'm just here to play and get a feel for it. So that's what I'm doing. And these colors build up nicely on each other. Like you see how it deepened and I'm still using the same shade, which makes sense. Is like, okay, I guess like a darker color is not that necessary, because if you just build it up on each other, like on top, like if you just keep building the color, you're gonna get you're gonna get it to build nicely and get a darker tone out of one shade. And I love that, because if you love like a color or like a shade so much, you can blend this lightly into the crease out so that it's really light, and then keep blending, you know what I mean? Like go, then blend again just into the crease to deepen up the crease, and then even build on it again on the outer corner, and you can get a whole look with just one shade. But like have it dimensional, you know? So I love that. I'm like really happy already. And we haven't even gotten to the shimmer. So like I said, I still don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm literally just having fun. And for whatever reason, I'm having a good old time building this on my outer corner. And I don't mind deepening it up because I don't really have a costume for today, so my makeup is going to be my way of celebrating the holiday. So I don't mind going hard and putting on a lot today. Like I feel like I have an excuse. This is so pretty. And the reason I mentioned like how excited I am that this builds up on itself is because a lot of palettes don't do that. Like with certain formulas, like you can build up a color, when you do, it starts getting patchy, and what patchy means when you're putting powder on top of powder, it's just gonna give you like a bold spot. As you can see, it's kind of, I mean, that's not kind of, it is pretty seamless. And it got pretty dark. And I'm still using that shade Redwood. It's this shade right here. So you see, I haven't even gotten to the darker shade yet, and it built up on itself so nicely. I'm still gonna go in with the darker shade because I want to test that out too, but beautiful. And I'm just going back and forth. You know the drill, windshield wiper motions. I understand why they call it a pro palette. I know like this was made from a pro makeup artist named Carol, and so I knew, you know, obviously it's gonna be a good for me, but I don't know, man. Like I really love this. I love it so much. Okay, I'm using rougher number 14. I'm sorry, I was using Morphe M433, and that's what I was using as a smaller brush into my crease and on my outer edge, and now I'm going to go in with the deepest shade in the palette with even smaller brush just to get more detailed. And I am going in with Woodland, and that's literally the deepest shade in the palette, which is this one right here. And I'm just kind of maneuvering it in just to the outer edge of my eye. I'm actually gonna bring it out. That blended beautifully. Same thing. I'm loving this so much. Do you see how easily that built? Like I wanted black. I don't think I even need black. I'm going to because it's Halloween, but it's not even needed to be honest. So before I do that, I'm gonna go in with the brush that I went in before that just has like the lighter shade, and I'm just gonna blend out. I want black, but I just want it to deepen up. I don't want like black, if that makes sense. Like I don't want like a black outer corner, but I just want it more deep. And so for that, I want, same thing with Natasha, no, that one's creamy and it can be built up, but that one, same thing. It gives you a little punch, so you have to go in really lightly. That's where it comes to like this palette, and I feel like if there was one in here, like it would be a beautiful one. But I'm just gonna take the black shade here because it's black, but it's not that pigmented. You see, I just went in like one time. That's it. That's all I need. And that kind of black, what that does is it just darkens the color that's already on your eye. So if you, let's say like you have like a reddish color, but you wanted more of a burgundy, you just add in just a little black. You're not gonna have like red and black. You're gonna have like a darker, smokier red, if that makes sense. And that's the purpose of like a black that can be built up. I use it more of like a mix-in shade. Like this is like chocolate, but I want more, if that makes sense. So same thing, ever so lightly. See, and it's smokier. And you guys tell me. I feel like it's like a super dark brown. Okay, so I'm looking. I feel like a panda. I do have fallout, but it just, like I said, it could be me because I'm not being careful. Because I know I'm gonna clean it up anyways, you know. But I would assume that if you do your makeup first, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Put the powder underneath so that you can just wipe it away, and you know, hope that that works. And then I'm going in with this brush. I'm not adding anything to it, but I just want to take that shade out a little more. Be a little more dramatic, because I want my eyes to just be like pulled back. Okay. And now we're gonna go in the shimmers. I'm not gonna do all the cut crease things. I'm just gonna tap it on to make it look blended. Now I just have to decide what color. Let me swatch a couple of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch Pine, Grove, Wildflower, Evergreen. Pine, Grove, Wildflower, Evergreen. Pine, Grove, Wildflower, Evergreen. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with my finger first and lay down that cranberry dark shade, and then we'll probably use it wet just to see that it gives. I have to look at that one. I definitely want to wet it on a brush and see how it looks. Remember I was comparing this palette earlier to more expensive palettes? The shimmers are really nice, but they're not as oomph as like I expected it to be. I'm not disappointed because it still looks really good. Just don't know, I feel like I was expecting more. But this is on par with my Jacqueline palette that I ran. I don't know why. I don't like more feel like that in general. Like I just have that one palette from them, but I just really like it. But I'm gonna go in with like a flat, dense brush, like this, and I'm gonna pick up that color. And I'm gonna wet it. This is just water. I like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with, I'm sorry, so that shade, oh yeah, Wildflower, I think we talked about this. So I'm gonna go in with Wind, just this shade right here. I'm gonna try to just use as much color as I want because I just really want to put them all on my lids, and I know I shouldn't. And I just stuck my finger into evergreen, even though I said that I wasn't going to. But I'm gonna go into Wind, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer edge. I'm just gonna do it with my finger. I'm not gonna bother to wet it because I don't want to start contrast between these two colors. But I want something. So yeah, that's what I did. I like it. So I'm gonna go in, sorry that was loud, and then I'm gonna go in with a clean finger and just right where those colors meet, tap, because I want to blend them in together. And then to go a step further, I'm gonna take that brush that had wildflower on it. I'm gonna marry these two. And then to potentially ruin this look, I just want something more. So I'm going to go in with Butterfly, and I'm just gonna put that all over. And section. No regrets. None whatsoever. I love it. So I'm going to go finish up my face, and then I'll be back. Okay, hi. I'm back now. So full face is done. I can list everything I used if you're interested, but guys, this palette goes like this is the look. Yeah, so underneath I went in with this darker color and just built it up, and then just a little bit of black right here just to connect like right here and right here. And then I went in I went in with Wildflower, just pretty much connecting like everything, buffing it in. And then I took that beautiful Butterfly shade and I tapped it in like right in the middle. And then for the inner corner, and then for the inner corner, I just used the Maybelline Master Chrome, this like purpley color, just because it's like Halloween and I wanted it to be fun tonight. So I went in with this to match my highlight, but then I went over it, with North Star, and that shade. So yeah, this is the look. I can turn on the lighting. My dogs. I don't know if that helped, but yeah, this is it. I just can't get over like how blended that is. Like, I mean, I can just blend all day long. But yeah, I'm so excited. I love this palette. If you're thinking about doing it, get it if these colors are your thing. And if you want something that's gonna blend easily, even if you have this colors but you're like, it takes me too long, and I feel like that's a good enough reason to get this, because it's gonna cut your time in half if you're not like me and you don't want to keep going and using everything. But yeah, this is beautiful. I love it. I kind of want to go back and buy their older palettes because that's who I am. I should probably wait for more new releases or maybe get their minis, but I mean, it's beautiful. I had to put a sweater on and go outside to take my dogs out. I call them my little ones, but to take them out. And this is what's left after like rubbing on the sweater that I wore. But yeah, I'm gonna go get like dressed and ready to go trick-or-treating. And I don't know. I love it so much. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll stay a while and subscribe and look forward to my other uploads. my main is just showing and telling. I just want to show you things that I have in my collection and things that are picking up, telling you about it, and then again just showing you how it looks on the face in real life. And this is just an opinion of just some everyday makeup of a girl. I work at 9 to 5 and I like to get up and play in the morning, and yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.